everybody, and welcome back to the Big Four College Basketball Podcast. We're sorry we missed you last week because of Christmas, but we're back this week. Alex cannot join us, unfortunately. But we'll power through, and we'll start with some breaking news out of the Pac-12, the Conference of Champions. UCLA has fired head coach Steve Alford after a 7-6 start. Did they make the right decision?
Yeah, he sucks. He's done nothing in his tenure there. They need to get back to blue blood status. Firing him's the first step to that.
Yeah, he's awful. I knew this was going to happen because I knew when we beat them, I knew it would not be a good win because they suck. They don't get good recruits. He's a terrible coach, terrible X's and O's coach, just an all-around awful coach. He'll go back to New Mexico and maybe make the tournament once in a while. He's awful.
I disagree. Steve Alford, he's a great coach, great basketball coach.
Oh, really?
He's had his struggles at UCLA, but they gave more time. I'm not usually the person to say that coaches need more time, but I'm on the Steve Alford train. And he's going to get a job somewhere, and he's going to be successful there.
Think about this. How come Jim Harbaugh has a much better winning percentage than Steve Alford, and Michigan's a blue blood, so why don't we give him more time?
Steve Alford, my position is that it's not a good fit. I think he's a good basketball coach, but it's not a good fit.
Okay.
So he's going to go somewhere else.
It's not like basketball. It's not like basketball in Indiana is a different sport. It's still the sport of basketball.
It's not a good fit. It's not a good fit.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does.
He can't recruit. He's a sucky coach.
Oh, he recruited Lonzo Ball.
He's a terrible recruiter.
He also recruited Bryce Alford.
Yeah, okay. He recruited Ryan Leaf's son.
Yeah.
Who's not in the league anymore.
Are we good with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's such a bad coach. Oh, my God.
He's not bad.
How did he even get a Power 5 job? He was bad with Missouri State. He was bad with Iowa. He was bad with New Mexico.
Yeah, he's a good basketball coach.
Just mediocre.
7-6 in a Power 10 conference, that's unacceptable.
And you know why he got the job at UCLA? Because before Bryce Alford went to college, he told UCLA, I'm not going there unless my dad's the coach.
Well, that was a bad decision, I guess. Blue Bloods don't make stupid decisions like that. UCLA is not a blue blood.
Yes, they are.
No.
Okay. Michigan has a good couple weeks. They defeat a very good Air Force team and take down a very tough, hard-nosed Binghamton team yesterday. What's your reaction to Michigan's week? Oh, and by the way, they're up to number 2 in the AP poll now.
They're just not a good basketball team. You look all around. Simpson can't shoot. Poole can't play defense. Brazdinkas is the only good player in that team. That's all I'm going to say.
They have not played anybody all year long. They've had a tough schedule.
Villanova.
Villanova's bad. North Carolina's the only decent team they've played all year. Tough schedule. We'll see how they really are once we get into Big Ten play.
Yeah,
Right.
Michigan's got a soft Big Ten schedule, too.
We'll see. They got a big game this week against Penn State.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, you're Northwestern, so.
Let's take a look here. Brad Dickens has been the most consistent player on the team, no doubt about that. Matthews had a good game against Air Force. Poole is good against Air Force. Livers is great against Air Force. And I think
Air Force isn't good.
Air Force is a pretty good team. Some of these guys, like Livers, have been playing very well. He had 11 against Air Force.
They recruit guys by telling them they're sending them to the military. They're not a good team.
He had 17 against Binghamton off the bench. Livers is really becoming a force. Full at 18. Brett Dick is 21. Simpson played very well yesterday. He only took one shot, but he had 10 assists and 9 rebounds. So
just leave him open. Just double team Brasdinkus and leave him open, and he'll miss every shot.
No, he'll drive to the basket. He finishes well at the basket.
Oh, well, Nick Ward will take a charge.
Okay, yeah. Simpson was like 5'10". Yeah. Okay. So overall, good week. But this week's gonna be a tough week. Got a couple big games, Penn State and Indiana. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Penn State isn't good. Indiana's good. That'll be a big game.
Yeah, it's on CBS next week. I heard Jim Manson, Phil Raftery will be. Jim Manson will be taking a break from the NFL.
I heard Carter Blackburn's on the call.
No. We'll probably have Brad Nessler.
Nope, Carter Blackburn.
Oh, Brad, we're talking some new basketball.
Brad Nessler's going to come to the Chrysler Center. Wow.
Well, I heard Gus Johnson's on the Michigan State-Ohio State game next week.
Oh, he's
Now, well, Chris, at the Chrysler Center, there'll be plenty seats open for Brad Nessler. So,
actually, they've had 8 straight sellouts.
yeah, Michigan's a sellout. Yeah, we know.
Well, you take a look at, they get that game on Sunday, you get the Michigan State game on Saturday, and it's obvious that Phil Raftery will probably be at the Chrysler Center and not at the Michigan State-Ohio State game, because he works for both Fox and CBS, but...
He's a Fox First analyst.
Nope.
He decides where he wants to go, and he likes Gus Johnson more.
Nope. Maybe Tim Brando will be on the call and have great chemistry.
Oh, I would kill to have Tim Brando on the call.
And by the way, Gus Johnson will not be on the call because he'll be calling the Holiday Bowl today, and that can't go.
Oh yeah. 6 days away.
Yeah.
He's no Joe Buck. Joe Buck would do that.
Yeah. Jim Nance will not be announcing the Chargers-Ravens game. He will be at the Chrysler Center on the Indiana-Michigan game.
No, you got Carter Blackburn.
Okay.
Guy who called the Old Dominion Virginia Tech game.
Carter Blackburn. Oh, he was great. I love that guy.
And on slams it down.
All right. Michigan State with a pretty good week. They beat Oakland and Northern Illinois. Your reaction?
Another tough big schedule. They haven't played anybody. The good teams that they have played, like Kansas, they lost. So again, we'll see what they're made of once it comes conference time.
The thing is, Princeton is better than Michigan State.
What?
Princeton beat Arizona State. Arizona State beat Kansas, and Kansas beat Michigan State. So Princeton is better than Michigan State.
Okay. Well, when you beat 2 rivals like we did this week, it's always a great week. Oakland, we all know how big that rivalry is, and Northern Illinois has been a rivalry in the coming for a couple of years. Their coach is a former assistant of Tom Izzo, automatically making it a rivalry game. And Cassius Winston showed up, both on the offensive side and the defensive side, shutting down Northern Illinois' best player, holding them. He did have 20 points, but it took him 17 shots to get it. What a game from Cassius Winston. 7 for 8 from 3. He's getting back going. His shooting hasn't been as good as it was last year, but he's starting to stroke it, as Bill Raftery would say. He's starting to stroke it, and he's going to have a big, big season, and they're going to win a national championship.
That's not going to happen. Decent week. They beat a couple bad teams.
No, Oakland's a rival. Whenever you beat Oakland, it's a success.
Okay, fine. Binghamton's a rival too.
No, we put up every time we beat Oakland, we put a banner up.
Okay. This is not worth talking about, so let's move on. Ohio State gets 3 wins over Youngstown State, UCLA, and High Point. You think anything out of this week for the Buckeyes?
Now, they struggled with High Point, and it took them till the second half for them to actually get going. Caleb Wesson is a monster. We all know that. He's the best player in the Big Ten. I think we all know that.
Yeah, he's the #1 pick in our draft.
Yep, he is. There's no doubt, and good win over UCLA, even though they're 7-6 and they just fired their coach. But whenever you win in the CBS Sports Classic, it's a good win.
Chris, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, a good win against UCLA. I don't really take much out of the High Point game. Mike, High Point's a really solid team.
Not as good as Oakland.
No, High Point is a great basketball team. You have to look. They got a lot of great players in this team. They're a solid 6 and 7. They beat some good teams. Western Carolina, great team.
Yeah, they're almost as good as UCLA.
Yeah, they're almost as good as UCLA. But a couple good wins there. The Youngstown State game doesn't really mean anything. They suck.
Just like Michigan.
It wasn't really about who we beat, it's how we beat them. We had a 19-point win, a 14-point win, and a 18-point win. And just DJ Jackson and Caleb Westman are the core, and they're proving why they're two of the best players in the conference. And you got shooters around them like Dwayne Washington, Joey Lane, and then veterans like Keyshawn Woods, Kyle Young coming back for his second year. We've got a formidable team at Ohio State this year. Watch out, we're coming for the Big Ten championship now that Tony Carr's gone.
Are we talking about Wisconsin's collapse against Western Kentucky?
We'll mention it in the picks because Wisconsin is on there.
Well, Western Kentucky's a tough place to play.
No, it's not.
We'll
mention that. Okay, we're gonna play a game. I have a list of schools here, and we have to choose whether it's a basketball or a football school, and tell me why. So, we'll start with Baylor.
Okay, before I say my pick, I'd just like to say, I'm going off the fan base, what the fan base would think is more important to them. Not based off revenue. If it was based off revenue, every team would be a football school, but I'm going off fan base. For Baylor, it's definitely football.
Baylor is definitely a track and field school. But if I'm limited to the option between football and basketball, they're definitely a football school. They had a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, I have different criteria. I don't go off the fan base. I go off, what's the better program?
Oh, come on. That's stupid.
Baylor, they have a pretty good football program. They had their issues. But they choke at a time every year. But they're a consistent tournament team pretty much every year. So I'm going with basketball.
Ridiculous. That is so dumb.
Okay. North Carolina State.
This one's easy. Football.
Oh, no way. No, any team in North Carolina is a basketball school.
No. Have you seen their fan base? Their fan base fills up Carter Finley every game for the football. It's not even close. They're a football school.
State is not a football school. They're definitely a basketball school.
They're a football school.
Basketball. We don't have one in football. Basketball school.
Oh, come on. Let's not bring up the 1980s. What are you, Michigan? Jesus.
Well, Michigan would bring up the 1910s, so.
That's exactly right, Luke. They have a national championship in basketball. They don't in football. Give me basketball.
Are you sure about that? They might have one in 1855.
No, sorry, doesn't matter. Okay. Wisconsin.
Their fan base cares more about football.
They're a football school just because they produce football players. They produce offensive linemen. That's football school.
Yep, they produced, they partially produced Russell Wilson. And, they were usually pretty consistent in football. They didn't make the tournament last year in basketball, so I'm going to go with football.
Wait, is that your criteria, that they have produced Russell Wilson? If NC State half produced Russell Wilson, and you said they were a basketball, so no?
Russell Wilson has openly said, when he comes out in the Sunday Night Football intros, he says Wisconsin. Lions.
No. He says Badgers and Wolfpack.
Nope, Wisconsin.
Yes, he does. He says Badgers and Wolfpack.
No, he does not. Okay. Virginia Tech.
Football. Not even close. Not even remotely close.
Ridiculous.
Virginia Tech's made the tournament like twice in the past 20 years.
Virginia Tech's a football school. It's pretty close. It's a close one.
Oh, come on. What the?
Does a Hokie sound like a basketball mascot to you?
Yeah. I will go with football just because they have a quarterback who's been there for 10 years, Josh Jackson. Frank Beamer.
I heard Josh Jackson got a medical red shirt.
He probably did. He's had like 8 of those. He'll be an 8-time redshirt freshman next year.
No, he'll be a 10-time redshirt sophomore next year.
Yeah, I'll go with football. Slim margin. All right, we have 5 left. West Virginia.
It's close. Football.
Oh, come on. I'm going to go football just because the state of West Virginia is a football state. Ridiculous. They choke in both sports, that's obvious. So you cross that out. That's not a factor.
So that means they're a baseball school.
Basketball, way more consistent. I'm going basketball by a large margin.
No.
Yep.
I will say Bob Huggins is the Mike Leach of college basketball.
That is kind of true. They're both big and fat.
All right. In my opinion, this is the toughest one on here. Kansas State.
It is a tough one. I will give you that. If you're going off this year, it's definitely basketball, but in the past, it's definitely football. I'm going to say football.
This one's not even close. It's football by a long margin. Bill Snyder, you're welcome.
Yeah, this is very close. I had not been impressed with their basketball team this year, I'll tell you that. So just off their recency bias, we'll go with football.
Well,
Nasty.
their basketball team beats every team they play by 5 points. It doesn't matter the competition level. They'll still beat everybody they play by 5.
Okay. All right. Oregon.
Football, it's not even remotely close. Not even in the ballpark for being a basketball school. It's football.
Oregon might have one of the worst athletic departments in the nation. I'm going to go with football.
Okay.
That came out of left field.
They bring in these soccer clearing classes in both sports, and they never win anything.
It is close.
It's not.
The team is very consistent. They were 1-2 a couple of years ago, but I will go with football. They have a great football program.
They've been in 2 national championship games, and they should have won 1 if they called the guy down from Auburn.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Michigan.
Football, not even close.
Michigan's a football school, even though you're talking about recent bias.
Nope. We're a basketball school. I've declared it now. We are a basketball school because...
We have the most all-time wins in NCAA FBS history, and you're going to try and tell me you're a basketball school? Give me a break.
It doesn't matter because our coach is a moron.
You can't even Phil Chrysler. How can you be a basketball school?
No, this is the thing. Over the past 150 years, we've been a football school. From now until Jim Harbaugh is fired, we are a basketball school.
John Beeline can win 10 straight national championships, and Michigan would still be a football school. That's ridiculous.
John Beeline, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Until Jim Harbaugh's fired, we're a basketball school.
Talk about chokers. How many times has John Beeline been to the national championship, Chris? Twice. And how many times has he won? 0 times. You know why? He's a choker. No, because you played two superior programs.
Oh, right. You know, how many times has John Beeline missed the tournament in the past decade? 5 times.
Well, I'm telling you, from this year, from the end of 2018, going into 2019, we are a basketball school until the day Jim Harbaugh gets fired.
If I took a poll,
then we go back to a football school.
if I took a poll and if I polled Michigan fans, who do you care about more, the football or basketball? 99% would say football, and then you would say basketball. You'd be the only one.
Yeah, that's probably right, but it doesn't matter. We're a basketball school until Jim Harbaugh gets fired.
Ridiculous.
Fire Harbaugh. Okay. Michigan State is our last one.
Football.
Basketball. Yeah, it's basketball. It's not even remotely close.
Are you, no. Yeah, that's ridiculous right there.
Football has an average Power 5 program.
If we poll, an average Power 5 program, that's ridiculous.
Basketball has one of the best Power 5 programs. It's not even remotely close.
Listen, we're a top 15 basketball program in the country, and we're a top 20 football program in the country right now. And if you polled our fan base, I would say about 75% of our fans would rather us be. No, I care more about football. The fans care more about football. Would we rather win a national championship in football or basketball? Football, and it's not even close. Not even remotely close. You don't know anything about Michigan State fans at all, because guess what?
I'll tell you what. As a Michigan fan, I'd rather win one national championship in basketball than the next two in football.
That's ridiculous. Listen,
I can't win more than those.
I know Michigan has no success in football, but we've had success, and success in football is a lot better than success in basketball. We're a football school. It's not even close right now.
Ridiculous.
We used to be a basketball school, not anymore. We're a football school.
Absolutely ridiculous. That's why you went 7-5 this year.
No, we had a bad year.
Oh, really? Okay, let's move on to the pick. Alex gets to first place. A pretty good week. Pretty couple weeks for him. 19-6. Mike is a game back. Luke gets 4 games back, and I have 14 games back. We move into the picks here. I just want to show you guys our picks from last week. I'll read out the games. We have High Point, Ohio State, Maryland, Baltimore County against Penn State, Belmont, Purdue, Wisconsin, Western Kentucky. A big one, Maine, Rutgers. David State.
Chris took Maine.
I have these duplicated on here, but there are other ones. So, yeah, okay. Here we go. I want to make a comment on this first game. St. John's played Seton Hall at Seton Hall the other day. And the referees absolutely screwed St. John's over. They gave the possession arrow to the wrong team, and Seton Hall made a 3 to win the game.
I don't care. They blew the lead. I don't want to hear excuses.
All right. Well, you said St. John's was a tournament team. Can you say St. John's is a tournament team now?
No. They just lost to
They beat Seton Hall at Seton Hall.
They just lost to the only good team they played. How can I say they're a tournament team?
That's ridiculous. Nope. They played Kansas.
St. John's has not played Kansas.
Yep, they played Princeton and beat them. Princeton beat Arizona.
Oh, stop it. Okay, they beat LIU Brooklyn. That's the best team they've beaten this year.
Nope, that's ridiculous. St. John's better be ranked this week. Okay.
They lost. How could they be ranked if they lost?
They shouldn't have lost. Everybody knows the referee screwed up.
I don't care. They blew the lead.
As Damari Pons would say, it's like playing 5-on-8.
Oh, with attitude like that, they'll go 0-18 in Big East play.
Nope, Chris Mullins should be livid after the game.
Oh, well. They lost.
This game is tomorrow, New Year's Day, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. Big one. Marquette at St. John's.
Yep, I hate St. John's. I'm taking Marquette.
I'm taking St. John's. Ooh, I like the pick. You know,
I love both these teams. Marquette is going to the Final Four. But St. John's is going to be motivated after what happened the other night. So and they're at home. I'll go with St. John's.
Well, St. John's has no home court advantage, so.
Oh, that's not true. Okay, another big one here on the 2nd. 7 o'clock ESPNU, Texas Tech at West Virginia.
Well, you got 2 football schools here. I'm going to take Texas Tech.
You're West Virginia. Yeah, I'm taking West Virginia too. They're at home. This is an easy one for me. Texas Tech, good basketball team, but West Virginia's a tough place to play. Hostile environment. And it's basketball school and Texas Tech football school. So.
Oh my goodness.
I'll take West Virginia.
Okay, Maine's a football school. You're going to take them against Duke?
In football?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Okay. But also the second 8:30 at FS1. Northwestern at Michigan State.
Give me the home team.
Northwestern almost beat Michigan. That's true. So I'm going to take Michigan State, because Michigan State's part of Michigan. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan State. Northwestern is not a bad basketball team. They played Michigan very tough.
That's why they have 4 losses.
No, they're not bad. I'll take Michigan State.
They're not as good as Rutgers, though.
That's right. Okay. Another big one. 9 o'clock, ESPN2 on the 2nd. Oklahoma at Kansas.
Kansas.
Oh, this game's going to be a good one. Oklahoma's ranked. But I'll go with Kansas because they're at home. This game will be interesting. We have Iowa at Purdue, and Iowa almost just lost to Bryant. So, Mike, every team you beat just decides to lose or almost lose a terrible team.
It's ridiculous. It's absurd. But,
Who you got in this game?
you know, Iowa has played much better defensively this year with Connor McCaffrey on the defensive end. He'll shut down Carson Edwards. I'm taking Iowa.
Yeah, I'm thinking Iowa. No. Purdue, basketball school, tough place to play. Iowa, football school. So, give me Purdue.
Okay, then.
And Purdue is a better team. That's the bottom line. Okay. Michigan finally gets back on the airways.
Yep.
We can watch.
That's right. Michigan will play their 100th straight home game against Penn State.
That's true, like the Dallas Cowboys.
Exactly. Michigan State has to play 10 road games before Michigan gets to play their first one.
Oh, would you look at that? Indiana travels to Michigan this weekend, too.
Yeah, I know. What's next? What do you got? Friggin' Maine coming in next week, too?
Oh, we got a tough one here. Penn State at Michigan.
Michigan, because they're at home.
Let's see. Does Tony Tarr still play for Penn State? Oh, nope, he doesn't. All right. That means Michigan's going to win. Okay, yeah, I'm going with Michigan, too. Penn State, decent team. Big Vince Brad Stakes is the greatest player in the conference. That's right.
Not as good as Nick Ward, though.
Almost as good as Caleb Weston. He's the only player that's in the conference that's been picked number 1 overall. Okay. All right, and now we have Minnesota at Wisconsin. Wisconsin just lost to a brutally awful Western Kentucky team. This game will be interesting.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Minnesota is a football school. Wisconsin is a football school. I'm taking Wisconsin.
This is my upset of the week. I'm taking Minnesota. That's a good pick. But I'm going to take Wisconsin. I'm not too confident in it. We'll see.
Yeah, Minnesota lost at Boston College, so I'm not taking them.
Well, Boston College is a good team.
No, they aren't.
Okay, this is our second best game of the week. We have Michigan State and Ohio State.
Oh look! It's Michigan State's fourth road game of the season, while Michigan hasn't played one yet. What a shocker! What?
Played at Villanova.
Nope, that wasn't a real road game. Villanova doesn't have a home court advantage, so.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Michigan State, Ohio State, two bitter rivals in basketball, two bitter rivals in football. Tom Izzo can't win down in Columbus. He hasn't the past couple times. Nick Ward will show up. Caleb Wesson will show up. It'll be the biggest duel of all time between two great players. It's a tough one. I'm going to go with Dockich in Ohio State.
Dockich is coming out of surgery. Did we get the clip of Dockich hitting the half-court shot last year at the buzzer?
No.
All right. But Chris Holtman's a better coach than Tom Izzo.
That's right. That's correct.
Coach this year. I'm taking Ohio State. And Caleb Weston, the number 1 overall pick.
Look, you're right about that. Chris Holtman is a better coach, but Ohio State's not a good basketball team. In my opinion, they should not be ranked. They haven't beaten anybody. So I'm going to go Michigan State in a blowout.
We haven't beaten anybody. We beat Cincinnati. Right. We beat Purdue out of conference.
They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
We scheduled Tim Tebow in the Binghamton Rumble Pony.
Well, guess what? We beat the Milwaukee Brewers, so.
Okay. Another big one.
We beat the Golden State Warriors, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Oakland.
But we got the South State Penguins. They might as well be the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay. Another big one here. Kansas State and Texas Tech.
Well, defense travels, and Kansas State's a great defensive team. They're not number 4 in the country in defense. But Texas Tech is also a good defensive team. I'm going to take Texas Tech.
I'm taking Texas Tech as well.
Yeah, I was really tempted to take Kansas State, but they really have not looked good at all this year. So I'm going to go with Texas Tech.
Well, Dean Wade's been hurt.
That doesn't matter.
They had a great win over Vanderbilt.
Oh, really? All right, here's our game of the week. Next Saturday, 2 o'clock. It's a top 10 matchup. Florida State at Virginia.
When was the last time Virginia lost a regular season game? Well, like 10 years ago? I got Virginia winning 52-33.
I'll take Virginia.
Yeah, I'll take Virginia too. Both teams will not break 60. But Virginia does not lose in the regular season. Okay, this game is very interesting. We have Kansas at Iowa State.
Iowa State's got that African guy who's pretty good. But Kansas has their African guy of their own. Udoka Azubuike. I'm taking KU.
I'm taking Iowa State.
Okay, yeah, Luke, I agree. I'm taking Iowa State. They're at home. Tough place to play. Basketball school. Kansas is a football school, so give me Iowa State.
George Meehan coming back for the banner celebration. Yes, he is. In the Raptors.
Fred Hoiberg is coming back to coach this game.
No, Fred Hoiberg's going to Coppin State.
Okay. All right, another big one here. Another ranked matchup. On CBS.
Oh, look, another home game.
Indiana at Michigan.
Wow, another home game. John Beilein scheduling tough teams at home.
Yeah, because he schedules the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think he's in charge of that, actually. The last time I checked. You know, Michigan Indiana, they got Finney. They got Langford, but not the good Langford, the crappy Langford. They got Juwan Morgan, the best player in the conference. But
Hey, Mike.
they lost at Arkansas, so I'm taking Michigan. What?
Hey, Mike. For your information, we'll be going to a tough Illinois team on the road.
Oh, yeah, John Beilein scheduling tough teams on the road.
We have to play at Wisconsin, at Indiana, at Michigan State.
Well, you got Ohio State at home, huh? No, we can't have Ohio State on the road.
Where's Ohio State?
Oh, John Beilein didn't even schedule them.
Ohio State's at home.
John Beilein's like, we're too afraid to play Ohio State. We didn't even schedule them.
No, they're at home. Ohio State's at home. I'm taking Michigan. Okay. Yeah, I'm going with Michigan too. Indiana, very good team, but this game's at home. Chrysler Center, great arena. Gonna be tough for Indiana.
Lol. I don't even know if it'll be half full for that game. It might be an Indiana home field advantage. Those fans travel well.
All right, our final game on the schedule: Nebraska at Iowa.
Yeah, Nebraska's shown that they're soft. Iowa coming off a good win. I'm going to take Iowa.
Yeah, I'm taking Iowa because they're good. Yeah, I'm taking Nebraska. They're a better basketball team. It's not even close.
You should just say I'm taking Nebraska because I'm 14 games back.
No, I'm taking Nebraska because I really don't like Iowa.
You don't like them because we beat them.
That's not true at all.
Oh yeah, you like UCLA.
Oh, I love UCLA. They're a great team.
Ridiculous.
UCLA will make a run and make the tournament.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Okay, well, that is going to do it. From everybody at the Big Four Podcast, we wish you a happy New Year, and we'll see you next time. After Bowl. See you next year! Yes.